This is my farm treasure chest jerseys. We milk about 150 cows, milk cows. We've got about 175 young replacement heifers. We farm about 300 acres of cropland. We grow all of our silage, all of our hay. We do make earlage, and we buy a little bit of concentrate. We do sell cows to Puerto Rico, and we sell probably 40% of our offspring each year for breeding stock for other herds. So it's really important we raise every calf and take as good care of our cows as possible. So I'm a big believer in NutriSphere and AVAIL. It's really improved our forage qualities quite a bit. We've been using both products now for about 4 years, and our protein on the same products from years prior have increased, and so has the digestibility. I think it's been a big key to our plants staying healthier longer. They go through less stress because of these two products. We no-till everything here, and it's just we can apply those products directly when we're spraying, and it's something that lasts longer. We have a harder time getting our nutrients to our plants because the ground's not worked, so it just gives us more time to let those products work. And especially with AVAIL in our area, we have a lot of soils that, you know, we treat all of the DAP, and sometimes it seems like we're wasting our money, but since AVAIL's came along, we've really seen huge increases in intakes with using that product. And NutriSphere the same. You know, we've saved quite a bit of money in putting out 25% less and getting more for our money. When we sowed our small grain with AVAIL, we've seen a huge increase in that winter growth and the root system with our small grain first. And then, of course, we applied the nitrogen, and we made all this for forage. And the first crop of wheat that we cut, where we used nitrogen treated with NutriSphere versus some that we didn't, we had an increase in 3 tons per acre on that crop, and that's huge on small grains, because in this area we were averaging about 7 tons, but where we used the NutriSphere we got 10 tons. But the big difference is there were 2% more protein in that feed, so the quality was much better and the tonnage was better, so it was made us a big believer in it. And in our corn silage, we also use both products there, and not as much in the AVAIL maybe as in the NutriSphere. With our corn at the end of the growing season, where we had used NutriSphere, we still had real good green color, even using less nitrogen than in some fields where we did not use it. So I'm a very big believer in the amount of tons we can get, plus the better nutritional value because of reduced stress in our plants. In our dairy farm, we have predominantly jerseys, and they're smaller cows, so they can only eat so many pounds of feed a day. When we can increase the feed value in our forages by 2 or 3%, that's 2 or 3% more clear profit we can make, because that cow has to make so much milk just for her maintenance. Every pound more dry matter we can put in them means more pounds of milk at the end of the day. And by growing better crops, increasing the nutritional value in our crops, that's the pure profit at the end of the day. So we have to keep increasing our crop ability to get our nutrients even higher in those plants. And these two products are the two things that have improved more than anything, the AVAIL and NutriSphere, in increasing the values of our feed value. The more forage we can feed our cattle and less grain, the better health our cows have, the less veterinarian bills we have, the less digestive problems. So both of these products, AVAIL and NutriSphere both, have really increased and help us utilize our forages much better. I think we've seen big savings across the board by using AVAIL and NutriSphere both, by increasing our tonnage in feed, increasing our feed value, which in turn decreased our amount of bought grains we have to feed our cows. In the milking herd, it saved us 5 to 6 pounds per cow. And in our young stock, maybe even more importantly, we went from feeding 5 pounds of grain down to 2.5 pounds of grain to cut that in half. So we have saved quite a bit of money. You know, the quality's better, the tonnage is better, we're feeding less grain to our animals, their health has improved quite a bit. That to me, it's worth it just to improve the health of the herd, not counting the money savings in feeding less feed, and then the big bonus is, you know, using less product of nitrogen and phosphorus both. So it's a savings all the way around.